What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a great start to the morning and a great start to your almost afternoon. I just wanted to come on and quickly talk about trying too hard. You might be like, what are you talking about, Matt? I'm talking about we all try way too hard. Um, do you ever find yourself like trying to force something to happen or trying to it's almost like putting a square peg in a round hole, right? Like you're like forcing the crap out of it to make it work, to make it happen, to whatever it may be. Like you're aggressing, you're just like so into it and you just like want to make it work, right? And what happens? It probably doesn't work. So I've been playing with this in my own life and just trying to, because I think we all get lost in this place of trying so hard to like create, manipulate, and control things and make things happen and do. We're doers, we're doing it. We're gonna crush it. We're gonna kill it, right? That's exhausting. Doesn't that feel exhausting just by me saying how fast I was saying that? So recently I've been trying to just like focus see where my thoughts are, right? I don't believe that when you are trying so hard to make something happen that it's going to happen. I actually used to be very I guess controlling is a good word for it, but I used to be very aggressive in my approach to dating, and my approach to finances, and my approach to a lot of things, business, because I thought I could make it happen on my own. And if there's one thing that I've learned in almost 34 years, it's that every time that I just kind of like was and let things happen naturally, they just did. And it wasn't so difficult. And it was exactly what I needed in that time in my life. So what I'm saying here is I think we're so consumed with doing. We're so consumed with putting out product or pushing or trying to force something to happen because you want it to happen. And I've seen it in clients too, when they just kind of like let go and stop thinking about it or stop trying to figure it out or stop forcing it, what have you. It kind of just comes naturally to you and you just kind of get it, right? A lot of people who want to lose weight or want to get abs or want to, which is stupid, but not saying you're stupid if that's what one of your goals is. It's just like, why, right? What's the intention behind that? So I can tell you, I've recently learned that as I let go and just kind of realize that a lot of stories I've been telling myself over almost 34 years, not that they were wrong, but it's the wrong focus. I'm focusing on the wrong thing. I'm trying way too hard to make something happen that maybe right now in this time is not meant to happen. And I need to be okay with that. And I think a lot of people are trying to make things happen for themselves when in all reality, like, we are spiritual beings, right? We're supposed to just, be in the present moment, but we're always trying to go into like the future. We're always trying to predict. And that's why people get worried. And that's why people get stressed out, is because they're overthinking their entire life all of the time. So I'm going to kind of challenge you to just be and to stop trying so hard, whether you're in a relationship and you're trying really hard to get somebody to see your point of view. Why don't you just stop, right? Just stop trying so hard. If you're in business and you really want to get new business, stop trying so hard. Let it come to you, right? Let things come to you, because they will naturally. Like I can tell you based off of just experience and based off of what I'm learning in my own world, right? Like I've stopped trying so hard. I'm not focused on producing, as even though I'm producing things, I'm not focusing on the production. I'm just doing it. I'm being in production, right? I'm not focused on a relationship. I'm just being in one with myself. I'm not focused on trying to prove myself to anybody. I'm not trying to prove myself to, or I'm not trying to not prove myself. I'm not trying to like be something that I'm not. I'm just being Matt, right? So I think that when you start to just be yourself, good, bad, and ugly, and just work through the pain, so to speak, right? I think a lot of people, I don't know about you, but I had a tape playing in my head from people for years telling me, if you don't hear from so and so, or if it's been more than a day, or if they're not reaching out to you in 2 days, then you need to reach out because you need to do the work and whatever, right? Well, that's exhausting. And I would always be in my head, like, if they're not reaching out, does that mean that they aren't interested? If they're, even a client, like if they weren't a client, if I got a new business lead and I reached out to them, but I didn't hear anything back, I would, again, reach out, because that's what I was told. In reality, I'm like, this shouldn't be so difficult. And it's because it shouldn't. It's because you're trying too hard to make something work that's not meant to work. You're being protected. And I don't think that people realize that you're being protected when something isn't. And I'm not saying everything in life should be easy, but when it comes to certain things, they kind of should be, in my opinion. Like, you should put work into a relationship. You should put work in, obviously, to a business and all that. But there are a lot of things that should be easy in life. And I think that we kind of complicate it because we get in the way of it, because we think it needs to go a certain way, when in reality, it'll probably go the complete opposite way because you're trying to figure it out. So all in all, I'm just saying, stop trying so hard to make things happen in life. Stop trying so hard to be in something. Let someone see you, right? Be you. A client of mine this morning even said to me, I've actually I'm trying not to like put a face of makeup on, or I'm trying not to like get all like dazzled up and perform who I am. I'm just being me. And I'm getting more and more people telling me like, wow, you look really great today. Or people are, flirting with her, or, and it's just interesting to watch that. Like I'm doing that in my own life, and I'm like, wow, like this is kind of nice. It's kind of nice not being the aggressor all the time. Because guys, trust me, when I tell you I was being the aggressor, I was being very, very aggressive. And it came from my own insecurities, but I was being very aggressive with people. And I had, again, a tape in my head that said, if I don't reach out to so-and-so, they're going to forget me. And I don't want to be forgotten. But it's kind of the opposite. When you let someone come to you, and when you just are yourself and you're okay with that, and even though in silence it might be hard to be quiet, it might be hard to not want to reach out in that moment because you're so used to being the aggressor, you're also worth fighting for. So I think it's in all aspects of life, you are worth fighting for, right? But sometimes because you're you take initiative, I take initiative, right? I own business. I know how to take initiative. I know how to communicate. But sometimes you need to let people come to you, and you need to let people realize what they're missing. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay to be missed. I think it's okay to have distance, because again, it's kind of that saying, like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? When you're trying so hard all the time, you're like putting out all this energy and not getting anything back, and then you find yourself exhausted. That's where I found myself anyway, and it was really hard for a couple of years, because you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now I look back on it and I'm like, I know what I was doing wrong. I was trying way too hard to get someone to like me, to the point that I didn't even like myself. I just wanted to be in something. And this is business. I'm not talking about just relationships. I'm talking about friendships that aren't meant to be, or they have a season and then they fizzle, and that's okay. Let it fizzle. It's no big deal. We're all working way too hard to keep people in our life, when people that want to be in your life will just be in your life. Same thing with business. Same thing with anything, right? We're so afraid of letting things go and failing that we almost always are not living in the present moment, because we're so afraid of failing, or we're so afraid of this person leaving and what that means for us, and what. Just be, because it will end up being awesome, because you're actually just being present, and you're open to all these other opportunities that are happening around you. But if you're so focused on one thing and one person being it and whatever, there could be somebody over here who's like, I want your attention. Hello. There could be a business situation over here that's like, hi, I want your attention. But you're so focused because you're not open to possibility, because you're trying so hard to get one thing to focus, because again, I was listening to Wayne Dyer the other day, and he says, your thoughts become things. And if you want kindness in your life, be kind, right? If you think the world is angry around you, you're going to start seeing anger. But if you start being patient and if you start being kind, you're going to start seeing kindness around you. If you're paranoid that someone's looking at you, or if you're paranoid that someone's following you, you're going to live in a state of paranoia your whole life because you think everything's about yourself, right? Try flipping the script on yourself and think about what you're thinking about, because your thoughts do become your reality. And that's a huge, powerful statement, but it's the truth. So I hope this makes you understand and helps you understand if you're stuck in this, like, trying really hard and trying to force something that's not meant to work. Maybe this is the message for you to say, not that I'm done, because I don't like I'm done statements, because I think God has a funny way of saying, oh, really? Are you? And then, because, we all have this timeline of, like, if this doesn't happen by this time, then I'm done. If this doesn't happen by this time, then I'm done. It's great to have timelines, but remember, those timelines can restrict you and can get you into a very dangerous place of closing you off. So I hope this helps, and I hope this just kind of shines light on, are you trying too hard to be something that you're not? Are you trying too hard to get someone's energy or to get someone to notice you, when in reality, maybe you just need to notice yourself? Maybe you need to just kind of dig into that and write about it and not figure it out, but maybe just, like, release that, because I feel like a lot of people are living in that space of trying so hard to be noticed or trying so hard to be seen or what have you. Stop trying so hard. Just be yourself. And if you don't know who that is, then you need to do some work on yourself and you need to figure that out. We all have to. I had to, and I'm still doing it. It's a constant process. So be gentle with yourself. Don't force things. Try to just enjoy what this time is, right? I often say to people too, I think, we're so prone to wanting to do, what if you literally were just working on yourself? That is work. That is producing, because when you work on yourself, you're producing a new version of yourself. You're expanding your horizons. You're expanding your thoughts, your mind, all of that. So have a great Wednesday, and a great rest of your week. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.